Ready?
So hi.
Hi. Hello everybody. Hello knitters, crocheters, crafters, friends. Welcome back. This is Needles at the Ready podcast, episode 4. I'm Kevin.
I'm Ray.
We're married.
Yep.
We're coming to you live. Not live. Recorded from Stratford, Connecticut. Today is February 22nd, 2020, which is a Saturday.
Yes. It's about 3 p.m.
Yeah, it's not January.
And it's not Wednesday.
And it's not Wednesday.
No.
Filming day has changed. Filming day.
Yeah.
Oh, just you know, the camera's over there now.
I'm looking at the
no,
the
it's
red
over
dot.
there.
Okay,
I did
hi.
it differently.
Hi, everyone. Maybe we should start over.
No.
Okay.
Nope. We're just going to be fools. So, welcome to returning viewers. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
New viewers, thank you. Welcome. I hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun since the last podcast. Last time that we filmed, there were 46 subscribers, and we're up to 87.
87.
87.
That's insane.
So that's
Do the math.
a lot. 41.
41 more.
41
Good job.
more.
Yep.
So that's been amazing. It's really cool. We've had a lot of people like do little shout outs on their podcast. So we had Amy, right?
Happy Little Yarn.
Happy Little Yarn. And then Corey from I Rock Knits.
Yep.
I Rock Knits. So thank you, Amy and Corey.
And then the Cat Lady podcast. So I
Yeah.
was sitting at home like knitting, and I just had her on. She had her latest episode, and all of a sudden I heard our names, and I looked up. I couldn't believe it. It was really cool. Like the community has been amazing. I didn't realize how big the community is. I mean, we're only seeing a small like sample of it, but it's so cool. Like this one heard about our podcast from another person, and all these people are recommending podcasts to us and different like YouTube videos and resources, and it's been really, really awesome.
Yeah, and there was actually, hold on, I'm going to check. There was a shout out today on Instagram from...
You guys like my mug? This is back when I was against knitting. Not against knitting, I just couldn't do knitting.
He was against it. He's a liar.
I was too legit to knit.
I'm going to go with,
Not
so
anymore.
I don't know how to say this. Would you say
Philip Ham C knit?
Oh, yeah, Philip Ham. Well, no, because if you do Philip, then
Philip?
you're already...
Philip AMC knit.
Yeah.
I don't-
Mentioned us today and on
Hi.
Instagram. Hello, if you're watching. Thank you for the shout out on Instagram. We appreciate it.
And let us know how to say your name.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be great.
Totally.
Totally.
So that's been fun. It's been a busy 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Last time we filmed, I talked about how my job had layoffs, and I made the cut, but it was like a lot of people.
Yeah.
It was about I don't know if I want to say maybe like a quarter of the entire company's staff, and it was over half of my department.
Mm-hmm.
So then, like, I went into work on Thursday, and we were told that we're like not safe in my department. We could still be let go in the next 4 to 6 months, and then my schedule changed completely. I was working. I was working Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. That was my work week. Now I'm Monday through Friday, and I'm also going earlier. I go in at 9:30 now instead of 11:30. So everything's changed.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to stream on Twitch. Today was the first time I did in like 2 weeks. I haven't been able to get workouts in the morning, so I'm totally trying to like readjust my schedule, sleep time, wake up time, eating times. So it's been pretty crazy.
One
But yeah.
benefit is that I get to be part of the podcast on
Yes.
the regular.
Yeah, because now
'Cause we can
I
do it
can
on
film on
Saturdays.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which I worked from home on Saturdays until 5, so it was kind of hard.
Yep. So now you have a Monday through Friday work week.
Yeah,
And I have a Monday through Friday work week. So
Yep.
it works.
and it's
The
been
weekend.
exciting work week for you, kind of.
Yeah, it's been really stressful. I haven't really knit or crocheted or crafted very much this week. I mean, I don't think that
You
I
have-
have. I feel like I didn't make much
You
progress.
have more FOs and more whips, probably. Than
I have like 2.5 FOs.
Yeah.
Yeah, work. You know, there's an opportunity for me to move up, and I've been kind of interviewing, and it's been really, really stressful. It's for a pretty big position. So, you know, like stress, I get home, I'm like tired, and it takes a lot out of you when you have to like interview for places and meet different people and all that kind of come out of your comfort zone a little bit. So yeah, so it's been a little bit like not lazy, but just kind of like tired when I get home from work, you know?
I hear you.
Yeah. And then like Kevin said, you know, adjusting to his schedule. And then the dog had like another little episode on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday?
No, it was Thursday.
Thursday
morning. He like did something to his neck again. So I stayed home from work on Thursday. I had to give him his pain med, so he was knocked out for 3 hours. So it was actually really good. Well, not good. I had to take the day off of work.
Right.
But I got to hang out at home. I got to
do a lot of knitting.
I got caught up on Manifest. I watched 6 episodes of that. Him and I hung out on the couch. He laid between my legs for 3 hours straight, didn't move. I would get up and not a budge. So it was good. Like it was sad because he wasn't able to eat. I had to hand feed him his carrots. I keep looking over here for the camera.
Me
it's
too.
Over there.
I
See,
know.
I don't know why I moved it.
I know. We're gonna look like we're like.
I know. Whatever. I'm just gonna look straight ahead. So yeah, so that was like Thursday with him, and but yeah, he's much better now. He's fine. He's fine. He's just
good.
He's
back to
getting
his
older.
normal
He's
self.
gonna be 10 in October or August.
Yeah.
August will be 10.
But every little thing that like happens, and like if he cries or hurts himself or whatever, it's, you know, they can't really tell you what's wrong or what's going on, and he's kind of like our child. So yeah, so Kevin stayed home with him. I took him for a walk today. He's his normal self.
Yeah, he's downstairs now,
Yeah.
sleeping in the window. He loves
Yeah.
sleeping. We have a couch that is against the windows that faces the street. If we are not home, that's where you will find our dog.
All the time.
People get really upset when they don't see him there. They look for him, so
Yeah.
that's his spot.
Yep.
All right, so that's it. Enough about us.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
talk
about
about
us.
some knitting. This is
Sure.
what you've come to see. This is a knitting podcast. So let's
We
chat
have some
about
crochet
knitting.
today too.
Oh yeah, he has crochet. I don't have any crochet.
Yeah.
I do have some sewing.
Oh,
Ah,
you do. Oh,
I
you do
do.
have some sewing.
I do
Actually,
have some
you do.
sewing. Look at that.
I'm going to show it off.
All right, so
Yeah.
guess we'll jump into FOs. You
FOs.
can go because you have a ton.
I'm wearing one. This I finished from the last podcast. This is my Antler toque by Tin Can Knits. It feels absolutely amazing on my head. It's a free pattern from Ravelry. What?
I was just saying, I forgot when we were talking about printing it. I actually have it printed already.
Oh, you
it's in
do?
the book.
Yeah, I mean, because like we've knit these now a few times.
Yeah.
This is my third hat that I've knit. First time as an hat knitting the adult version. This is the large. I didn't think that this was actually going to fit me, but it hugs my head so well. I think I have to work out the brim a little bit, but it's a longer brim. I can't really see what's going on right now, but it's a longer brim, which is kind of nice. You can fold it up and it adds a little bit more fit. But yeah, I love it. It's really good. I did make quite a few mistakes on this, but you really can't tell.
No.
One thing about the yarn, this is with Brooklyn Tweed Shelter.
Yep.
It's great yarn, and like I said, it feels really good. It's not super soft. It's like super woolly.
You don't think it's soft enough?
No. Feel it.
No, I guess yeah.
Yeah.
It's woolly.
It's woolly.
It's
It's a winter hat.
like
for sure.
grippy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, grippy. Is that a word?
It is
Grippy.
today.
So
Today
grippy.
it is
It's
grippy.
grippy. But it feels really good. It's really warm. I'm probably gonna take this off soon. Because we're actually having a pretty good weather day today.
Yeah, we're 44
Yeah, 44, which is nice.
degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, we're
not
getting there.
Celsius.
Tomorrow's supposed to be like 51 degrees and sunny all day, so that's going to be exciting. We have some running around to do tomorrow, but so that was the Antler toque. My first time doing cables. It's a really easy repeat, and the cabling was really easy as well. I started with a cable needle, and then I switched over to DPNs, but you had these like connected DPNs.
Yeah, those are my Addy Flexi Flips.
Oh yeah, they were good to work the cable stitches because they were kind of flexible, but they were the same size as the needles that I use. I can't remember the size needles that I use.
5
I think
millimeter.
maybe a 5mm.
US 8.
And our cable needle's a little bit small. We only have like 2 of them, so it was a lot smaller than the needle, which kind of was difficult for me to. I think my tension. I'm still working on my tension, so. So that worked out really well for me. So if you guys have those in the same needle size, I would definitely recommend that because it was really easy. You know, like they were flexible, flexi flips.
Yeah, the Flexi Flips. I started using them. I just got one set to try for decreases for a hat instead of using DPNs because you can use them almost like Magic Loop because you're only using 2. and then you're knitting with the third one.
Oh.
So it's kind of magic loop with that type of thing. I don't know that I love them. I actually have a hat that I have to finish off. It's been sitting for like 3 months, and I haven't finished it, and it's on the other 2 of them.
Really? Well, I mean, for my use, it was perfect. So, I like that. Yeah. What do you got? Or do
You
want me
should
to go?
Yeah, you go again. You have more FOs.
Okay, so this is well, let's save this one for last. This one is remember from
What colorway are you on?
oh,
You said it
so
was
this
Brooklyn
is
Tweed.
Snowbound. So this is Brooklyn Tweed, Snowbound, and this was 100% Targhee.
I think so. American Targhee wool.
Remember last time I said like Targhee or something like that. So you can see, you know, I've got some little like
Blips.
little creative license I took, but this is actually showing up really well.
Yeah.
The
lighting's much better today.
So the Antler toque by Tin Can Knits, really lovely pattern.
Is this the one though that you had the issue with the yarn where it broke?
This yarn broke.
So
I couldn't believe it.
So I find the same thing with Brooklyn Tweed. They're Shelter and probably Loft because they're both woolen spun. And people fall in like 1 to 2 categories. Either you're a lover or you're a hater, or not a hater.
It
You
feels
just
good. I mean,
dislike.
it's nice. It feels good.
I'm in the middle. I love the way that the yarn
Yeah.
Brooklyn Tweed, Shelter, and Loft knit up.
Uh-huh.
But I've had the yarn break on me a lot. Some people never have that issue. I have had that issue, and with maybe one skein, and I want to say it's on my Red Shift shawl, it broke 3 times on me. So I know that when I knit, my yarn gets twisted, like it twists, and so I don't know if it gets too tight and it just comes undone. So I know, I just know it's an issue that people have come across with.
Well, it's
a nice yarn, but it does have that drawback.
Yeah, this one actually broke when I was caking up the second skein.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because I ended up using 2 skeins of this. I think it was 50. They're 50-gram balls. I don't know. I don't have it with me. I'm not really prepared, I guess. But so when I went to, we have an Umbrella Swift. So when I went to put it on the Umbrella Swift, it was like twisted and like it was very weird. And then when I should have probably stopped and just like slowed down a little bit. But when I was cranking out the cake, that's when the yarn just broke. And luckily, it's 100% wool, so I was able to felt it back together.
That's the bonus of. That's why I really like 100% wool and not
it
superwash.
does. Yeah,
Is that
it does
even
feel
felt.
good. It's just not like super soft. I wouldn't knit like a.
It's a woolly wool.
Yeah.
It's like when you think of wool, that's what you think of.
Yep. And then what I'm wearing now is just a simple beanie. It's called Love the Cold by Amy Havel. This is also a free pattern on Ravelry. I was looking for something to do with our yarn club, the Gray Yarn Club by Lisa Much, the Northbound Knitting. So I used this is the January Club January Embers that I showed last time, and it was 100% superwash merino in her bulky weight. And I've never made a bulky weight hat, so I was looking for something really simple. This hat was super simple. It was really just stockinette stitch, and then you had like some ribbing here. I wish that I had done the ribbing a little bit different so that there was more of like a separation or interest, but I think the hat's kind of cool.
What is it? It's a 3x1?
This is a 3x1 rib. I think so.
I think for hats, I love 1x1 ribbing for hats. Yeah. I think that's normally my go-to. I really like a 1x1 rib.
Yeah, this is a 3x1. I like the 1x1 too. A 2x2 is not bad, or a 2x1. But the 3, it looks cool in this solid color. I don't know if you guys can see. I mean, I can't really see much.
There. Yeah, over this way.
Oh, come on. Well, you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
I think it looks good in that tonal color. You can kind of see it. What? What? Because I can't tell what the color it is? Keep making fun of me. So, anyway, because I will be honest a little bit. I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
The colors are neat. They're kind of striped up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping, if you guys remember the what the actual skein looked like before. Oh my god, my hair is a disaster. What the skein actually looked like before this, it looked really cool. It was like, I don't know. I guess that's why you have to like cake things up and like and look at it. In my head, for some reason, I thought that like maybe the bottom was gonna be like all these like fiery colors, and then it would like fade to like gray, but it didn't. But so it's stripy. But I like it. It's very, very, very comfortable. I don't know what. I know she uses like merino wool, but it's super soft. It's squishy. It feels really, really good on my head. So that's that. Beloved the Cold Hat by Amy Havel. Really simple. I use the US 10 instead of the. This is a free pattern, so instead of a US 10.5 that she recommends. And I'm glad that I did, because it's just barely like it's pretty loose. Fits me okay, but it's
Oh, so
I feel like if I had gone a 10.5, it would have been a little bit looser. And then I did this one also in the large adult hat size.
Nice job.
Thanks.
All right.
And I have. Oh,
yeah, no, you go ahead.
I have one like half one, not really a half.
It's not a half one. It's complete.
It's a baby one. So one of the people that I work with is having her first child, and she doesn't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl. And I'm hoping that she doesn't watch this, because this is going to be given to her Monday. But I knit the Barley Hat again from Tin Can Knits. This is part of their simple collection. It's like a learn how to knit kind of series, so I guess they have a bunch of different types of patterns. But I knit the baby hat. I don't know if you can kind of see.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be like too big for a newborn baby, but you know what?
Baby heads are bigger than we think.
I know. We don't have babies, so
Don't tell somebody that their baby's head is big.
No, you
baby
can't say
heads
that.
are-
No,
But
the baby can grow into it for sure.
Yeah.
But it's cute, and I knit this. I used some of the yarn that I had in my stash. Got to play with some of that yarn again. This was Karen's Simply Soft. In.
Do you have it?
I think I do. Yes, Karen's Simply Soft in like a lime.
Citron lime.
Citron lime.
Lime verde.
Lime verde. So Karen's Simply Soft, and then the colorway is the lime. You probably can't see. Oh, maybe you can.
Yeah, but
Things aren't getting really.
it's upside down.
Well, it's upside down.
No, we're not. No,
Are you sure?
absolutely.
Or inside out?
No, it's not inside.
I don't know. Well, you can't see all that stuff. Why? This is why.
No, it's fine.
Okay. You think we act like an old married couple, huh? You got it right. So this is the Barley Hat. Super cute. Can't wait to give it to her. It's my first time ever like knitting something for a child. I've crocheted little hats before. Remember we did
Yeah, we did some donating. for hats.
Yeah. But my first time knitting it. Went really fast. It's cute. They also have the adult versions as well, if you can see on like the pattern.
That's what I love about
Yeah.
Timberlands.
They have like their sizes are baby, toddler, child, adult, small, medium, large.
So inclusive, size
Yeah.
inclusive, gender inclusive. Like
Absolutely.
they make great patterns. They're
Yeah.
one of my favorite designers.
Yeah. And they're easy to read, and like all their patterns are pretty much set up very similarly.
Yeah.
I think.
This is gonna be a
Super
very
easy.
hat heavy and tin
I
can knits
know.
heavy podcast.
Yeah. Well, who knows?
So I only have one FO this week.
But it's beautiful.
It's alright.
No.
So this is my first Hokey pattern, guys. We all know the famous Hokey Locatelli. Mine is Rafa's hat.
Yeah.
So, and this is a really simple hat. I did the adult large. I used my I used 3.75 millimeter, so US 5, and I used. So here's my
It's
finished object.
beautiful.
I haven't blocked it.
Kevin, I love it.
So I wanted a simple hat. I wanted a quick knit. And for some
Here, let me put it on.
silly reason, sure, I chose this pattern. It's
Why
a
is
beautiful
this-
hat.
It is.
The whole pattern's a 1x1 rib.
I know. It feels like
It's
heaven
not-
on your head though.
It was not a quick knit.
This is hugging my dome.
It's a
Feels
free
good.
pattern. by Hokey.
Yep.
It is it's a 1x1 rib, 16 rows. Then you break
I
it,
love it.
16 rows. You
Looks
break the
good.
rib again, and then another 16 rows, and you decrease. The yarn is. Let me get that. Let me get my documentation together. The yarn is West Yorkshire Spinners, the Croft, Shetland Tweed, and Mossbank.
Wow, say that 5 times
Seriously,
fast.
and
Holy cow.
It called for a worsted weight, and that is an Aran weight yarn.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think it is more worsted. It leans more worsted than Aran weight. It's not that thick.
I always want to say Iran.
Aran.
Like it's
Maybe
fancier. You know, like Target or Target? Like
Right.
I always feel like I want
Is
to
it
say
Aran or is it Aran? No, I think it's Aran. But yeah, I like it. It's comfortable.
it feels
fits well.
amazing. It feels really good.
It's really stretchy. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the thing about a 1x1 rib. That's going to fit most heads. So I did a large, and it's supposed to fit a
Oh, it looks
20.
It feels really good.
I don't know. The circumference unstretched is 17 and a half inches. So yeah, it's good.
I mean, unstretched, yeah, because it's so stretchy.
Yeah, it's a really,
Yeah.
really simple pattern to memorize, but it took some time. It took some time to knit up.
Yeah.
I don't like halfway. I don't even know. After a couple rows, I should have just stopped.
And now
But
what
I do
what
like
are
it. I
these?
do like it. That's just
Like pearl row?
yeah, a knit row and a purl row. So that's just a garter row.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
Adds
you
a
just
little
do that.
something, you know?
Yeah, just to break it up a little bit. So I think it fits well. It's got a little not much of a slouch, but I mean it could. No, it's just a little bit. It's not super fitted up at the top at the
No.
crown, but yeah, it was a nice pattern. It's nice too that it's free.
Yeah.
Gotta love a free pattern.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
That's
that
great.
was my one and only FO this last 2 weeks. I did a lot of knitting on other stuff.
You
but
sure
that's
did.
my
And
only-
you have diesel projects. You have like big
I
projects.
know they're pretty large.
Yeah.
All right.
I have
Now we have whips.
now we
I
have
have 4
whips.
whips. How many whips do you have?
I have 3.
You have 3 whips.
Yeah.
All right. Oh wait, you know what? Let's do this for FOs. So speaking of FOs,
I have no idea what to say.
these. So last episode I was
Oh.
talking how I want to sew a little bit more, and I wanted to find a good bag pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So I have in the past attempted to sew some project bags. We have the 3 bags that I've made up here.
Yep.
This was my first one. This I made out of duck canvas, maybe.
Duck canvas?
I think that's what it's called, duck canvas. So I tried it with a zipper, and I tried these little tabs. The camera's over there. So I tried it with these little tabs that didn't work out too well for me on this end.
Yeah.
I think it did a little bit better on that end.
Yeah, looks good.
But yeah, and I use this for all my sewing stuff. I didn't. Oh no, I guess I did. I lined the inside. I don't know what I did up here though, because you shouldn't see that. And then I have all my little sewing notions in there. So that was the first. This was the first sewing attempt at a bag.
I think for your first attempt, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, but what I wanted is I wanted the stripes going the opposite direction. I wanted to the orange up here, so I didn't do that properly.
Oh. You would never tell. You could never tell. Looks good.
But that was the intention. My second bag was this fella.
I like him.
So it's a decent size.
Yep.
I tried to do a drawstring. My stitches are awful. They are not lined up at all. And then I cut some stuff, and I try to get fancy too. And I try to put pockets on the inside.
I mean, you did. You didn't try. You
Well,
did.
no, I try to put some stuff
Yeah.
for needles or pens and scissors and whatnot. But it was maybe a little taller, maybe taller than I wanted and not as wide as I hoped. So then I moved on to bag number 3. Can you grab bag number 3?
Yeah, that's actually when I'm holding one of my whips in.
Oh, okay. Then we'll transition. We'll show bag number 3 and transition into your whips.
Okay, sounds good. Look at that transition, like we planned it or something.
Exactly.
So this was bag number 3 with BB-8.
Love BB-8.
We love BB-8. This is a very it's a good size bag. This could be a sweater bag.
No,
Yeah. Oh, I think so. Absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. You can fit like 4 skeins of yarn in here.
I think it's just really deep, and the
It is.
base isn't wide at all. I cut it
So-
really weird. I was trying to make it wider. I thought,
Yeah.
so when you sew a bag, you
Here, I'll take this stuff up.
you do something. I don't know what it's called, but you do something with the corners. You bring them together, and then you sew across, and then you cut them.
Yeah.
So I thought. So I did end up making. What is this? I didn't end up making it a bit wider, but it was the bag's supposed to go this way. This is how the bag's supposed to be, and then the bottom is just really tiny now. Like this is how like you would see a fancy bag on Etsy, and that just doesn't work out so well. So yeah, because my seam is supposed to go down here, and look, the seams there is like no seam. It's just a box. It's very strange.
Well,
I'll figure it out one day.
I like it, and it feels good. You use, I don't know what interfacing you use, but it feels good.
I don't know.
I mean, I think for your first 3 attempts, that's pretty good.
I think I did a pretty good
I
job
think
on my
so,
little
too.
tab here.
Yeah, you got a little tab. Yeah, no, I think it's great. I think it's great. It's a lot of room. I think that you could probably get a sweater in here, at least for a little while.
Maybe.
You know, but living in here at the moment is part of the second part of the baby gift that I want. I know. I'm sorry.
You're shaking it.
I know. It's my Italian part. I talk with my hands. I'm attempting to knit a bib for this baby. It is not going to be done on Monday or by Monday because it's a lot more intense than I thought it was going to be. This is the Dog E bib. I'll actually show you in a sec. But it's probably going to get a little bit washed out. But there's going to be a little doggy picture in here, and I'll show you, where it is. So this was kind of like taking up a lot of my time. What I found, this is going to kind of go into like, we're doing a lot of transitions right now, but I'll show you the pattern. I actually have it here. This is actually part of what I wanted to talk about in acquisitions or like tools or whatnot. I probably should have been a little bit prepared. There's an app that you can download on your iPad or your iPhone called Knit Companion, and it's free. There is a pro version that you pay for. It's actually really amazing, but what I've been doing, I'll show you how cool it is, but here's the doggy bib, what it's supposed to look like. Oh, that might be bad. Huh?
Yeah, maybe turn the brightness down.
I think there we go.
Oh yeah.
So that's what it looks like. I think it's really adorable.
Yeah, that's cute.
And the cool thing about this is that
Is it a free pattern? Yeah.
it's a free pattern.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. It's a free pattern. You don't really have to like be able to read that, but you can see that like the yellow highlighted line and then the blue line over there. You can really kind of move it up and down and track what row you're on. So I think it's very handy for something like this because this is like 86 or 100 rows, and because you're doing like a picture. The pattern also includes a chart, a colorwork like chart kind of thing. You can kind of see a little bit better that way.
Yeah.
And same principle. You can use the highlighted line to kind of go up and down. I don't know how to read these charts just yet. It tells you on the bottom. It's just my newbie self. I don't know.
You normally read from most
tells
charts.
you
You
here.
read right to left.
Yeah. So it says like 12, and then it goes to 13, and then you read it. You kind of read it back, like you read it
you
this
have to
way, and then you
yeah.
read it this way. But
I think for something like that,
Yeah.
the row makes
Yeah.
more sense
This-
than the chart, at
True.
least for me as
yeah.
well.
So this is making a little bit more sense to me. The thing about this is that it's not very complicated. It's a very easy to follow pattern. The only problem is that you have to think about it. Like, I'm knitting 4, purling 1, knitting 3.
It's not a mindless
So it's
thing.
not a mindless knit, and we haven't really had any of those mindless evenings.
No.
Really, where I could just kind of like sit and knit. But I'm also using the Cairn Simply Soft in yellow, super duper yellow. So that's that. I have a lot of this Simply Soft left over from a crocheted baby blanket that I made for for Dominic, for
Yes.
our nephew.
Yeah.
So I bought a whole bunch of colors. It was a really cool pattern. I can't remember what the name of it is. I don't think I have a picture of it.
It was crocheted.
Yeah, it was crocheted.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that's one of my whips.
All right.
And one of your FOs.
Yes. All right. So my whip. All right. Let's go with this one. So this is. I'm gonna call it. This is my simple
Skip.
socks.
Like skip to my loop.
By Adrian Q. And it's a free pattern, so I don't have to mind showing the pattern. So this is a really easy 2-row repeat. I'm working. I haven't made much. I actually haven't worked on it a lot. I started working on it at work the other day, and I made a mistake, so I took a bunch of rows out. So this is my fringe supply field bag. So here we go. I'm using Lolo Did It. Let's see if we can get it to focus.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, it looks good, right?
Yeah.
So this is the Lolo Did It. This is our quotable Dumbledore yarn club from Lolo.
Yep.
I'm using the January shipment, which is earmuffs, which is the purple, and then Pomfrey is the other, like what I'm using for the cuff. So it's a really nice 2-row repeat and an 8-stitch repeat. So I have 64 stitches on my ChowGoo 2.25 millimeter. It's kind of like a mindless knit once you get into your flow. And what I like about this too, and I think that's another sign of a good pattern, maybe, I don't know. But when you can read your stitches and you're like, okay, I know what row I'm on, and you don't have to like do a check mark on something, you can just kind of follow it. So I've enjoyed it so far. I have to really motor though, because this is supposed to be my entry for the February Grocery Girl Sock Bash, and I don't even have one done. So I'm going to try to finish this tomorrow, cast on the second sock tomorrow, and knit a bunch on it, and hopefully get this sock and a second sock done within the next 7 days.
That's
7 days, yes, because we have one extra day this month because it's a leap year. Yeah, I like this. So I don't know though. I was hoping that the pattern was a little more visible.
No, but it is. You can
So I
definitely
don't know if it's
see
the yarn.
like all of these like slip stitches. Is that what they
Yeah.
are?
Yep.
You can see them. I mean, I think it adds like it's cool.
I think it should fit well because of the amount of ribbing in it.
Yeah.
That it should make a comfortable knit or wear. I'm gonna wear these. I don't mind the purple.
No, that's good.
I like the colorway. This is the yarn Caked Up. So this is the earmuffs. Yes, this is earmuffs, and here's the Pomfrey Caked Up. So Pomfrey very lightly speckled
Yeah.
with some like reds and blues or blacks. I will say I do love knitting with the ChowGoos now. They're my favorite sock needles that I've tried for Magic Loop. I love these things.
They're good.
They're really nice.
good.
They're not as slick as a pair of Addies, but
I do
don't
want to try
mind
an Addie sock rocket. People are talking a lot about those too as a good alternative or a good
I just
needle.
don't know. I just love this cord, and I don't think the Addie cord is going to be as beautiful as this. Like, this is perfect.
It's nice, yeah.
It's
it is
perfect.
Nice. It doesn't like pull against
No.
your
No, and
arm or anything.
I have had no laddering in my socks since switching to this cord.
That's really good.
So that is my first whip.
Good. Me?
Yeah.
My second whip is still a whip. I was hoping to have this done, but baby knitting and life kind of got in the way a little bit. This is the sock that I was working on. This is also in my fringe supply bag, which I love. They were actually having a sale. I don't know if it's still on. If you buy one of their bags, you get a like a simple bag or something like that for free.
Yeah, it was
They
like
have
a
like
cloth
little
one.
yeah, they have like little like Notion bags and like simple like sock sacks or something. I didn't take advantage of that, but just in case.
No, because they're expensive. They are expensive.
It's an investment for sure.
It is.
Yeah, like Christmas is one thing, but like,
Right.
you know, if anybody out there has some fringe bags they want to get rid of, though, I'll be happy to take them.
You're a jerk.
So this is the I did make some progress. I think I was probably about maybe like here or so last time. So I need a few more inches. This is the, I keep wanting to say simple sock.
Do you have your book?
Yeah, somewhere. Oh yeah, here. This is called, the actual name, because I didn't get it last time, is the Classic Sock. And this is the Classic Sock. Here. Classic, like, men's sock. And this is from a book, 2 at a Time Socks by Melissa Morgan Oakes. This was a gift to me from one of my coworkers. I would love to learn how to do 2 at a time socks, so that's like in the future. But the cool thing is, like, there's a ton of patterns in here.
17.
How do you know that?
It says include 17 patterns.
All right, so there's 17 patterns in this book, and this is the Classic Sock. So this is a heel flap and gusset, which I've never done. So I've only done one pair of socks before. So I'm knitting the flap now, which Kevin helped me a lot with this because I couldn't really understand the pattern or what it was like really asking for. But I'm getting there. I think I'm about halfway done with the heel flap, and then we'll do the gusset, I guess, comes next, or the turn or something. I'm really excited to try what comes next. I think overall though, the color combination is amazing. Yep. This is also Lolo did it from her Quotable Dumbledore's club. This is the December 2019 club. Mm-hmm. This is called Woolen Socks, and this is called Erised. Yes. Like the mirror of Erised. Yep. I love that. I mean,
I do love the way that
is like, isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful, and the camera's actually picking it up. Like,
yeah, that's like pretty
perfect.
Damn true to color.
Mm-hmm. So love this. It's so nice to work with. I posted on Instagram not too long ago that I couldn't wait to get back to this. I've been trying to do like a row here or there on that, but with so many projects on the needles, I don't know how you all do it. Like, that's it's overwhelming, for sure. So so that's that. I'm hoping to finish this very soon because I do want to finish that bib. But I don't know. I can't wait. Like, socks are where it's at for me right now. I'm very much loving.
I love
knitting socks and loving wearing the socks.
Yeah, I've been wearing
really nice.
My 2 pairs that I've knit. My Coffee Talk and then my, what are they? The Susan B ones.
Oh, the
simple something sock. That one.
No.
Simple
Church
something.
House.
No. Susan B.
Susan B. And Susan B.
All right. So my next whip is also a pair of socks. I showed this last time, and I haven't made much progress. And the reason for that is because I'm a schmuck, and I don't have enough yarn. So these are just a vanilla socks, 64 stitches, 2.25 millimeter.
I love those
needles.
So much.
I'm using for the cuff. I did Knit Picks Stroll in.
It's actually at the front. I don't know.
Cobblestone Heather. And then I'm doing the rest of the sock is in Knit Picks Felici in Whale Song. So this was going to be my sock for February for the sock bash. And the issue I ran into is that I have less than, this is a 50 grams and I have less than 25 grams. And I'm not done with this. I thought based on my Coffee Talk socks that I would be able to get a pair of socks out of a 50 gram ball because I used like 50 grams from my Savvy Skeins.
Yeah.
Rusted Wagon Wheels. So I don't know what the difference is. I'm thinking maybe because I went down a needle size. Because the smaller the needle size, the more yarn you use.
Is that true?
That's what I heard somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it's facts. #facts. So that's why I cast on the other socks, because I'm like, crap, I need to actually have socks, and Knit Picks takes a long time sometimes to ship yarn. So I didn't think I would get more Felici in time to finish this and get a second sock done. So that's why I cast on the other one. I did just place an order with Knit Picks. I believe, guys, This is going to get posted tonight, and I'm pretty sure Knitpick still has Felicia on sale. It's 30% off. So I picked up
That's
another.
good. That's significant.
Yeah, I picked up another ball of this, and I think 4 other colors, so that we always have self-striping yarn. Because what I found is I've been bringing this to work, and it's super easy to knit a vanilla sock at work.
Yeah.
Bringing the patterned one was a little bit hard because I'm putting it down in between phone calls and forgetting where I left off, even though I can read it, but then, sometimes I just forget. And that's why I took out some rows. So, yeah, I don't know where I was last time. I was definitely above here because...
No, I don't think you marked for your heel yet. You were low.
No, I was somewhere around here.
Yeah.
So what actually happened is my initial thought with these was I was going to do a heel flap and gusset. But then I was watching the iRock Knit podcast, and she had an episode recently with Amber from the Yarn Hoarder. And Amber had said, I'm glad I caught this, part of it too, is that with self-striping yarn, it's not... she didn't recommend doing a heel flap and gusset because you break up the stripe, and when you do the heel flap and gusset, the top of your foot, the rows are going to be shorter. They're not going to match up for some reason. So that's why people typically
like
do...
the stripe is going to be shorter?
Yeah, because you use...
That's interesting.
After you pick up your gussets,
Yeah.
you have, 60-something stitches on your needles. So on the back, you're knitting 60 stitches with yarn, and on the front, you're knitting 32.
Oh.
Or 30. Yeah, 32.
Really?
So you're using a lot more of the color on the back. So your back stripe is going to be thinner.
Okay.
It just thins out the stripe, so it doesn't make it even.
And that would annoy you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I put in my markers for my afterthought heels. They're going to go here. I think I did 7 inches, and then I knit 18 inches. Nope. 8 inches, and then I start my toe. So yeah, this is just, basic vanilla sock that most people do.
It's the striping, though, and the yarn that makes it really interesting,
This
it's
is
like,
why
it's
people
cool.
buy self-striping yarn. And I look at other yarn dyers, and I'm like, I want your yarn. I don't remember who the yarn dyer is, but their colorway is gingerbread something.
Oh.
So it's a seasonal one, and I really love it, and I want to get it next year. Or this year, because Christmas is this year again.
So, okay.
Yeah.
That's not confusing at all.
Not at all.
Right.
But yeah, so that's
Great.
That's whip number 2.
Cool. My last whip is actually a little crochet. This is also from the same person who got me the book, the Socks 2 at a Time book. She knows she's a huge Harry Potter fan as well. So she got me this kit, the Harry Potter crochet kit. They have a lot of different kits around. I actually thought I had another one.
You have a Star Wars one.
Yeah, I thought it was in here, but the cool thing about these kits is that it comes with everything that you need. It comes with all of the yarn. It comes with the stuffing. It comes with the crochet hook, which I loved this. I thought it was so clever. Harry Potter's wand as a crochet hook. Can you even? Yeah. So I thought this was like super cool. Unfortunately, I didn't feel comfortable using this because, I get it. Like these kits, they have to be, affordable. Number one, I think, I don't know how much they are, about $20 or so. And, this, I don't know if you can hear that. It's like, it's thin plastic, and the hook, I don't know if you can see.
It's not very hooky.
It's not very hooky. And there's some of that, that leftover plastic that they didn't cut all the way or whatever, so it doesn't really grab the yarn. Or I was afraid it wouldn't grab the yarn. I didn't want to chance it. So I'm just using one of my I don't even know.
I think it's Clover.
Yeah, Clover hooks, 3.5 millimeter. I don't know in an E. So when I learned crochet, I learned the European way, and all the needle sizes and everything were in millimeters, which is helpful for knitting. It's not so helpful for crochet when you go to say, can I get a 3 millimeter crochet hook? And they only know it by like D or whatever it's called. So I don't know the the letters, which puts me, I think, at a disadvantage. But I just use the regular one. These kits come with enough of the yarn to make usually two projects. And this one actually came with enough yarn to make Harry and to make Dobby.
Oh, Dobby.
Yeah, so there's Dobby.
He's cute.
Yep, and then there's the Harry.
Poor
So
Dobby.
it comes with enough yarn to make both of these. I will say, if you are a new crocheter and you think that this is something that you can just like get and learn how to crochet, you can't. It is very...
You're such a downer.
I don't want to be a downer, but like somebody actually mentioned it on our Ravelry posts. You know, a very similar thing that they saw it in a Sam's Club or something like that, and the salesperson recommended it as like or it was a sign that said learn how to crochet, and had one of these kits.
No.
You would never crochet again. So I would recommend these kits. This one especially is pretty complex. This kit, that you'd be like an intermediate at least. You know, even though the stitches are really easy, it's all like really single crochet and like some spike stitches and stuff like that. Because there's a lot of color changes throughout the entire thing, you also need to, which I'm really bad at, you need to know how to embroider. I don't want to show, because these are all, but they have like little step-by-step, like pictures and all that stuff on like how to get it done. So she does a good job. Lucy Collins is her name. She does a lot of different things. We have a Star Wars one, which I love. The cool thing is, as well, is that now that you have the pattern in the book, you can use any yarn that you want. And so these guys come out pretty small. So I'm really bad at embroidering, so don't judge me too harshly. But this is Harry Potter. This is the start of him. So you see his like little lightning bolt and some of his glasses. So I'm just at the point now where I am going to knit down the leg, like knit his legs. You actually knit like one leg at a time, it looks like, and you come back up again. Crochet. Oh yeah, thank you. And then the arms are usually crocheted separately for anything really. This is like a typical amigurumi.
That is such a tough word to say.
I know. I just call it like little stuffies.
Amigurumi.
So that's Harry Potter. So I've got to do like, the reason why I say it's so complex is that you do every piece separately, right? Like, so like I got to like do his hair, and you've got to do the arms, and then you've got to sew everything together. So really fun though.
Does he get ears? Or is he going to be an earless Harry Potter?
He'll be an earless Harry Potter, but you won't care really, because he'll have his hair and then he'll have like his little robe.
Oh, okay.
So the robe you have to crochet separately as well, you know, so that you can fit him. So again, this is not a mindless knit, but it was something like really fun to start. And that's what I got.
All right. So I have two more whips. Next whip is just some progress on Clockwork by Stephen West.
Yeah.
This was done today. Today was the first time I've touched this. Here's Clockwork by Stephen West. The scarf. So I had not touched this prior to this morning. This morning I actually got to do a stream on Twitch, which was really nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
I got that for like 2.5 hours about.
Mm-hmm.
So this again, I'm knitting in Brooklyn Tweed Perry, in Admiral, and Henge.
I love those colors together.
I do too.
Yeah, they're good.
The blue's a little bit bluer than I was maybe hoping for. I was hoping more of I think it would look good in a navy blue.
It's like a royal.
Yeah, kind of. So here's where I was last time. I'm pretty sure. So I've only knit about 6 rows, but there's a lot of stitches. There's like 300 in each row.
It's a lot of knitting.
It is. It takes a lot of time. But yeah, so a little bit of progress. I got my platform 9 3/4 progress keeper on here from the shop. I don't know, because it was a gift, and there's 2 shops that were purchased from. So yeah, this is Clockwork. I love it. It's a really nice knit. It's garter stitch and slip stitches, and make ones right, make ones left. It's a paid for pattern, but it's a really good pattern. It's the second time I'm knitting that. And then my last whip is, I finally got it, guys. I've cast on flax.
It's so exciting.
I'm making the adult large, which is for a 43-inch chest, 21-inch sleeves. My sleeves may need to be a little bit longer. And it's calling for 1,400 yards of yarn.
That's a lot of yarn.
I have gone with... I'm trying to not make noise, too. And I dropped a stitch marker somewhere over here.
You did?
Yeah.
We have stitch markers everywhere in this house.
Here we are. I'm going with Barocco Ultra Wool. I got it from Webs. This is in... So the color... You know what's interesting? They don't put the color on here, but there are colors online. This is kohlrabi, but it says color 33117. So here we are so far. So it's knit top down. So here's the neck.
Oh my god, I love it. It looks so cool.
And then this area, this garter, is your sleeves. It's going to go all the way down the sleeve. It's a raglan sweater. I need to do one more row of increases, and then I'm 8 rows away from separating for my sleeves. So I would like to get that done this weekend too. I love the color.
Yeah.
So this, and I'm sorry, I keep leaning on the table and shaking the iPad.
I
So
think
this,
could be me.
to me, reminds me of straw or hay, right?
Yeah.
But
more like golden.
Right. It's
Yeah.
To me, it's golden. It's could almost lean mustard or yellow, but it could lean tan. I think it's gonna.
It's like a spicy mustard.
Yeah, I think it's gonna look different depending on the light. But I'm super excited for this. Like I said,
It's comfortable. It feels good. It's going to feel good wearing
I
it.
love the way that it feels. I really like the fabric that it's making. I'm using a 5mm, so US 8.
Okay.
I did my swatch. I did a really small swatch. And I wasn't really close to gauge, if not on gauge for both. It all worked.
What was that?
Up and down.
Oh, okay.
Rows and stitches. Rows and stitches. But it's nice. There's a lot of stitch markers. I did make a mistake and I had to take out like 10 rows at one point. So.
And then the other night,
I counted wrong twice.
Twice.
I thought I was down 2 stitches, so I thought I was going to have to rip out everything back to the...
And I went to bed because I was like, oh, because it's bad.
It would
I'm
have
like, just make a stitch in the front and the back. Like, it's a big deal.
I don't know. Maybe, like, I'm not experienced enough as a knitter to know when to make the stitches. Like, people are like, oh, I was off and I just, like, threw in a stitch. And I'm like, you threw in a stitch, like, where? Like, where do you
That's what I did.
throw one in?
That's what
I can't do it. I can't be I have to fix it, and I have to make it right. So I would have had to rip it out all the way and start over. But then I counted again. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go with my mistake.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to live with it. And then I kept knitting, and I counted as I knit instead of just counting. And somehow I'm correct. So all's good in the world. This is... So again, look,
I know.
Oh, it's a free pattern.
It's
It
free,
doesn't matter.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a great sweater. So I did try it on. My neck is nowhere near. I mean, maybe because I'm not really wearing it well, fully. But my neck doesn't seem as wide. Like the neck on here does concern me a little bit. I feel like it is really wide and going to show off a lot of your shoulder, and the collar's wide. So I don't know. Like even like on him. I was looking for a color like his because I really like the color of his sweater. But it is, the yarn that it's shown in is Sweet Georgia, and I don't got Sweet Georgia money. So Sweet Georgia wasn't...
For a sweater.
Sweet Georgia wasn't happening here.
Yeah.
Georgia's going to stay in Georgia. But so we went with Barocco.
Yeah. I think that was a good choice for a sweater.
I think with Webs, I got it all for like $65 for the sweater.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that's the stitch marker that I dropped.
Good.
Perfect.
Awesome.
And that's all the whips.
That's all the whips I have.
So let's move on to acquisitions.
Yeah.
Let's do our dorky one first. This one.
Okay.
So we are dorks, and we saw this on Grocery Girls, and we finally bought these because it's really hard to knit at night for when you have a dark color.
Yes.
So boom.
And
these are super bright.
they are.
They're
but
fantastic.
But you can adjust the brightness.
Watch. Wait, hold on. You could change the
and
color.
change the color.
Look,
Yeah.
really white, yellow, in the middle,
Yeah.
and go.
So
You could just have one going.
They're-
Actually, I didn't even think about that.
yeah, I guess you could.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're awesome. They're corny, but
Dorks.
they're awesome.
They're great to use for knitting at night with a
Yeah.
dark color.
And even with those that purple,
Yes.
that purple sock at nighttime,
It's a nightmare.
it's especially
tough.
with the
It's tough.
stitches being so small, and then like the way that the ribbing is, it's like you can't read your stitches very well. They're really cool.
Yeah. They're like $18
super
on
cool.
Amazon.
Yeah, and they're
Oh.
rechargeable,
Yes.
right? So you can like plug them in and charge them. They're very bendy,
Yes.
so they like fold up nice, and you can like move them in different directions.
But the reason we did it is we found Amazon gift cards that we had for Christmas.
Yeah.
So we used them to purchase that.
Yep. Really
Next
cool.
up,
Really, really cool.
it is this.
This next one, I didn't know that he actually bought this.
We've seen this
Yeah.
all over the Instagram,
Yep.
on other podcasts. Harry Potter Knitting Magic.
Mm-hmm.
I want to knit Hedwig.
Oh my god, everybody wants. I know. I
want
want,
a
to knit
Hedwig.
that too.
Wait, what is this platform? 9 3/4.
That's the scarf.
Is it? I want
Yep.
that. Ooh, and I want those socks.
Yeah.
So these are just a bunch of fun Harry Potter themed patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Cup cozies, which I think would be fun.
It's
just
like a
to
little
even
bit of
have.
everything in there.
Yeah.
So Amy from Happy Little Yarn, she actually wants to do. I
Look at
think
these
she's
socks.
working on the Hedwig sweater.
These socks and gloves.
I know they're really nice. Can you find the Hedwig sweater? I think so. I think Amy from.
Is it Hedwig? No.
Yeah.
No, it's the Griffin.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Sorry, it's Buckbeak.
Buckbeak.
She's knitting the Buckbeak sweater. I think for her daughter. She was saying. It's really cool.
Ooh, I like
I
the
don't know.
Chamber
There's a
of
lot of
Secrets
things.
hat.
There
Here's
it is.
Buckbeak. Hold on, I'm gonna
Look at that.
wait. There we go.
That's super cool.
That's really pretty.
Yeah.
You know what? I bet you what would be really cool with that is I bet you could turn this kind of into a cowl.
Probably.
That pattern.
You could probably turn it into a hat. I mean, it's colored like a colorwork hat.
Maybe. It's really pretty.
Yeah.
She's very pretty too.
She is.
She's a pretty model.
Mhm.
But yeah, this is a nice little.
Yeah, that was cool. That was nice
Purchase.
to see. I was like, hey, you got a package in the mail. He's like, open it. Actually, it came with the.
Oh
the
yeah, but
headlamps.
the headlamps. I didn't
Yeah.
tell him I got those either.
Yeah.
And then here we'll do these.
Never
next.
know with Amazon.
Another Amazon purchase.
Uh-huh.
Some other sock blockers. These were from Amazon, but they're from like alpaca something or other. These are. They say they're
Bry spun?
Bry spun sock blockers,
Sock
stainless
blockers,
steel. They're supposed to be for a medium.
Mhm.
I don't know that this would fit either one of our feet.
Yeah.
It should.
I think we're gonna splurge on the larges as well. They were pretty affordable.
Yeah.
They got a lot of good reviews. I guess like this little hook is really cool.
Yeah, you could hang it
You
in
can
the
hang
shower.
them up. Yeah, and they have like a little plastic piece at the edge of the hook, so you don't like scratch your.
And now that we've become sock knitters,
Yeah.
we need more sock blockers
Totally.
because I think last time both of us had a pair of socks to block and we couldn't.
I know, and then we had to switch them out, and I didn't know how to put them on a sock blocker.
Yeah. And then I
Yeah.
think we have one more thing, right?
Oh, do?
Last thing.
Oh yeah,
So this
this is cool.
I don't tell them about stuff. I just buy crap and then it comes in the mail and then I tell them. So this I'm surprised that I got this.
Me too.
So
Me too.
Jody's daughter,
Jody Brown.
Jody Brown, Grocery Girl's daughter, Maddie, has started dyeing yarn.
I thought it was Mackenzie.
Well, isn't Mackenzie Maddie?
I don't think so. I think they're two different people.
Are they all M's, all her daughters?
I think so. I think that's why it's called
The Max.
the Max.
Mackenzie.
They're all Mackenzie and I don't know.
So there's Mackenzie, Maddie,
There's
and
probably
somebody
a
else?
story.
All
I
right.
don't want to say the wrong
So
thing.
I'm wrong. I don't recall then the name of the daughter.
I could be wrong.
But so her daughter started dyeing wool. This was a test batch, or dyeing yarn. So this was a test batch of minis, and there were like 5 different sets up. I really liked the 2 blues in here when I first saw it, and the purples, and like these have reds and like some gold and purple and browns in there. So I thought it was a good variety.
They actually
Of
all
yarns?
go very well together.
They do.
Like super interesting.
And I think it's really cool for, somebody just starting out and trying to find what works for them.
Yeah.
And I can't believe I freaking got it. Like,
I know.
no, like, their stuff always sells out really quick. So this is the Max Yarn Company. I know as of right now you can find it on Mrs. Brown's Bags on Etsy. Is where they're selling her stuff. She's been doing sock sets lately.
Yep.
This is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. Each one's 20 grams and 80 yards. So, yeah, I can't wait to knit with these. These are going to be good, I think, cuffs, heels, and toes.
For sure. I think it would make a cool shawl if we had a little bit more of it.
Right.
Because it would be really cool. So if you're interested, also follow them on TTM Yarn on
I gotta
Instagram.
follow them.
Yep. At TTM
to the max.
Yarn. To the max.
Okay.
MACKS. So that's why I'm thinking it's like Mackenzie. Like, it must be Mackenzie and Michaela. Like, they're Mac... I don't know.
Well, her other daughter is Maddie.
Maddie.
Right? I know Maddie's
Oh, why did I say Michaela?
I don't know.
Me neither.
No
I don't
idea.
know why I thought that. That's a pretty name, though. Anybody named Michaela out there?
So what else? Let's see. I think that's everything.
That's
here.
all acquisitions.
Did we talk about all of our podcasts that we do?
No.
Oh my gosh! So this is really funny, guys. So we do a lot of podcast watching, and we binge a lot. So we find ones that we like, we watch, newer episodes, and then we go back and we start binging.
Yeah.
So we've been binging the Crazy Sock Lady.
Yep.
And we've been binge watching Fiber Hustle. So the Fiber Hustle podcast is hilarious because they have an Echo. I'm not going to say her name.
Oh, yeah.
But they have an Echo, right?
Can you see it on ours?
No, ours is hidden all the way in the back. So they have an Echo and they speak to the Echo. Sometimes they call it by its God-given name.
ALEXIS.
No.
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 We're batting like zero today.
No, you are with names.
No, I bet there's a Mackenzie somewhere out there.
No, they're probably...
Michaela. I'm going to stop talking. Continue.
So they call their Echo sometimes by the God-given name, and then our Echo searches for whatever it is that they're asking. So some episodes, the Echo is called computer.
Right, which is
So
safe
we're
for
good.
us. So we're safe on those episodes.
But it's really funny because
when they say, like, computer, what's the difference between merino wool and whatever, right? And then she would answer.
Right, and we're fine.
But when they say, what's the difference, then ours tries to answer. And it's interesting, ours doesn't give the exact same answers that theirs.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't think it picks it up well, but one of
Maybe.
them is really funny because they were asking about Mary Had a Little Lamb, and ours picked that one up and started, like, trying to come up with what nursery rhymes and crap for us. But the funny thing is I watched an episode a couple months ago, and same thing happened. He's upstairs in bed, and I'm downstairs laughing hysterically because I have to keep saying her name and be like, stop.
Yeah.
And I'm dying on the couch, and so he got to experience with me. So we've been watching Fiber Hustle, Crazy Cat Lady.
Those were our binges.
Yeah, we did the Cat Lady.
Cat Lady podcast. So
We did Happy Little Yarn.
Yep. But I just want to say about the Cat Lady podcast, CATT.
Yeah, CATT.
Craft all the things.
Yes.
And what's really cool is that she also does some like Cricut stuff and like some paper crafts.
Yeah.
Which my mom does. And so I thought that was kind of interesting. She was like screening some shirts for her kids. They had like to do some Valentine's Day thing or whatever. And my mom actually just I don't want to say too much because in case that person does watch who gets baby gifts from us, I might say at the next podcast I might show you what's been going on.
Oh yeah, you can show pictures.
My mom's been crafting quite a bit on my behalf for this young lady. But I thought it was interesting when I was listening to the Cat Lady podcast and she was talking about her Cricut and all of that. So yeah, so she was fun.
Yeah, and who else did we watch? We watched Unicorn.
Yeah, the Knitting Unicorn.
Knitting Unicorn.
Yep, she just put out an episode.
What was that one in England?
I don't know, but she was
my
hilarious.
God.
She sounded just like Adele. You know the singer Adele?
I loved
her voice. I liked her voice too.
Let me go find her.
Yeah, her accent was hilarious. And she was like making fun of herself, but like, I don't know. All you English people out there, I think you guys have such a funny sense of humor. Like, you can make a joke about yourself in the same breath that you're talking and then pick right back up where you left off, and it's just hilarious.
I watched... You weren't here when I watched it. Once Upon a Corgi. Once Upon a Corgi's next town
Really?
over. We like her yarn.
She has a podcast?
She has a podcast, so I watched that.
I didn't know that. We met
and
her.
then it was, yes, we did meet her at New Haven.
Yeah.
And then I watched...
Victoria knits as well, so she made a couple of comments on our YouTube video. So I want to watch her. I started watching her last episode. She's like, I don't know if she's in Michigan or Montana or something like that. There's a lot of snow all over the place, and it looks like she was like doing some hiking, and she knit a baby Yoda. So I want to watch that episode. I think her episode came out yesterday or the day before.
Yeah. Actually, we need to watch this one too. So the Corner of Craft podcast, and then also we did dramatic
knits as well.
So, oh my gosh, we did not talk. All right, hold on. Dramatic
I don't know.
knits.
We're over an hour. We're just chit chatting away.
Hand Me My Knitting we caught up on. We caught up on Smells Like Yarn.
Right.
Knit for Brains we didn't catch up on, but we watched last week's episode. We have this week's to catch up on.
I actually want to get one of her sock sacks. So Knit for Brains on YouTube. She also has an Etsy shop. It's a mother and daughter podcast, and she does these little she does a lot of beautiful things. Like her bags are beautiful, but she has these sock sacks that I don't know if they're called sock sacks. These little sock bags. They're super affordable. She's got really amazing prints on them. She does a lot. She's a huge fan of Gilmore Girls.
Oh yeah.
So she did Luke's
Cafe.
Luke's Cafe. And
Diner. Luke's Diner.
Luke's Diner. Yeah.
Diner.
And she did a Friends fabric. You know the TV show Friends.
It's
so
coming
got
back.
A couple of things. I heard
HBO. Friends is coming back
on HBO.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yep,
part.
they're doing
same
a reunion.
cast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Reunion. HBO.
Huh. Interesting. But so we have there's a ton of podcasts. So here's the thing. This community, again, we said at the beginning of this podcast, is it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, how everybody's connected, and I saw you from this one. People are just been commenting on our YouTube videos.
So much fun.
And suggesting things. And one of the suggestions was to check out Earth Tones Girl podcast. And she's doing this online class on YouTube right now called No Fear Socks. And I think we're on section 3 or class number 3. She's going to put one out every week. It's so cool. I actually want to watch some of her regular podcasts because I've only been watching a couple of the No Fear Socks videos. But she's very easy to follow. She's very friendly. She seems very into her socks and very passionate about what she does. She seems like a really cool teacher. She actually has a pattern that goes along with the podcast or the class called and these are No Fear Shorty socks. So these are actually I'm going to cast these on. These are going to be my next cast on. I think I'm going to do a couple of pairs of shorties. The pattern goes right along with it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a class on YouTube. It's obviously it's free. And I'm pretty sure she talks about the pattern in the actual podcast, so you technically don't have to buy the pattern. I bought the pattern because it helps support her. So this pattern goes right along with that. Earth Tones Girl designs No Fear socks. So that was really cool to watch. She's got 1 million followers, not really, but she's got 20,000 followers or something. So I'm sure all of you guys know her. But I had never heard of her, so somebody in our comments actually suggested it. So I checked her out, and yeah,
cool
really, really cool.
And then last thing, because we actually meant to talk about this at the start, is that we are going to Stitches United.
Yes.
So Stitches United is going to be in Hartford, Connecticut, the weekend of March 14th. I think it's 13th, 14th, 15th. 13th, 14th, and 15th. We plan on going on the 14th, which is a Saturday.
Yep.
The two of us and Ray's mom. And just for the marketplace, we didn't sign up for any classes because I don't know what we would do, and I would need to plan better. I think plan ahead for that. So we'd like to spend some time in the marketplace. I know that Leading Men Fiber Arts is going to be there, and Molly Girl Yarn, who I've purchased some of her yarn before, and I love her worsted weight yarn
too.
I love Molly Girl.
Yeah, the first cowl I ever knit was with Molly Girl yarn.
Yeah, I did a hat. I did a Cool House hat by Jared Flood with her yarn, and another Jared Flood hat, and I donated those to somebody that through Instagram I did, who was collecting hats. So those are fun. I think those are the only 2 names of people that I saw that I recognize. So so we're excited for that. We're going to be there again on the 14th in Hartford at Stitches United.
yeah, so if you are a podcaster or if you are
going to be there.
don't please, if you see us, come say hello. We would love to meet you guys or to network and add to the community.
Yeah,
I think
so
it's
that'll
really
be fun.
cool. Yeah, for sure. Coming in the future, we would definitely love to do
We're going to do a giveaway.
giveaways. We would love to do like a knit along or make alongs. Our podcast is still very young, so it takes some time to get some followers and some things like people to, some like gifts to.
We got to do a giveaway for 100 subscribers.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
So I think what we're going to do is give away some like things that we've knit because we don't have like yarn or notions to give away. So maybe we'll give away some things that I've knit. Like I have I'm thinking of a hat that I've made out of Malabrigo worsted and a shawl, my other Clockwork shawl that I've knit from Stephen West.
That's a good one.
That's a nice orangey green. So maybe we'll do those as giveaways.
Yeah.
Which I think is a little unconventional. We don't normally see
so
people do that, but I think that's the route we're going to go.
Yeah. Unless we get like a donation or something.
Or we go buy something.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I think that's everything. We're at like an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
11 minutes.
I just wanted to show. Somebody had asked about
crochet.
some of the crochet things that I've done, and most of the things that I've done, I've actually like donated or given away. But I grabbed 3 of my most recent. Well, one most recent. And 2 of like one of like my favorite things. So this is a scarf that I crocheted. This is the Simplicity scarf. There's a hat duo as well. This is like the simplest thing. It's just double crochets. But I used Knit Picks Bravia yarn in the Aran weight. It's a really large scarf. It's so soft.
Yeah, it's a really nice acrylic yarn.
Yeah.
It's 100% acrylic.
Yep. It's so nice. But that was an easy knit. I was actually going to donate. I was going to make a bunch of scarves. I asked Kevin to purchase some like thicker yarn so that I can make some scarves so I can donate. Somebody that I work with usually donates through her church. She didn't do it this year. But yeah, so I made that. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that I make we've donated before. And then these guys, I love these. These are, I can't say the name, so we're going to put it in the show notes. But it's the shell jar. It's a free pattern through Ravelry. These little jar covers. I think they're super cool. They're really easy to make, and you can use any jars that you have around the house. We did these out of Yankee Candle jars once they're done. We actually put the Yankee Candle or the leftover candle in the freezer for a little while, and then it pops right out. There's no like residue.
Maybe you do need a
dishwasher. Yeah, to kind of like pop it out. But this is crocheted right around the jar. You can see it's like a shell stitch all around, and you cannot take these off because like you end up decreasing. You get to this point here. Then you have to slip it in the jar, and then you crochet it while it's in the jar, so it creates like a, it's like sealed up on there. So do not put any like real candles or flames if you were to ever make these, but the battery powered candles are cool. My mom uses one. I knit her, or I crocheted her a few for Mother's Day one time, and she used it for like filled it with water and put some flowers in it. So these are cool. These are sitting downstairs usually on a
shelf.
So on a shelf. Yep. That's where they sit.
All right, well, I think we've covered a lot of stuff.
I think so too.
All right, cool beans. Yeah, we're a little bit long.
I know.
I don't know. Maybe this is average. Who cares?
Maybe. Did we talk too fast?
I don't know.
Give us feedback.
Yeah, give us feedback. Leave comments.
Join
if you
the
like
group.
it, subscribe. We have a Ravelry group. We always forget to mention that, but we do put it in show notes, so we'll put it in show notes.
We have 21 members right now.
Yeah.
We do respond to
everyone. I think we do a pretty good job of responding to stuff.
Me too. It's exciting.
And then we always put our Instagram stuff on there.
I updated my Instagram name to match
Oh, did you?
my YouTube name. Because I was Solaris and then Solar Lagoon and
Oh, I just realized
kind of all over the place. So Solaris is just a name that I've always used like with my video games and like whatnot. So That's my YouTube name is Solaris, and then I'm Solaris Knits at Instagram, and then Solaris on Ravelry.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. My names are different everywhere, so we'll figure that out one day, I'm sure. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you guys stuck around. It was a pretty long. It was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys have a good 2 weeks. Enjoy the weather. Yeah. Enjoy your knitting, crocheting, cricketing, making, crafting.
Yeah. Do your thing.
Yeah. And we will catch you guys in 2 weeks.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.